What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be covering XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, yesterday we made a very profitable trade, which was capitalizing on the 4-hour Bitcoin bull run that we did see break out of our symmetrical triangle bullish pennant flag that shot us up to our target analysis, which is exactly where we saw. Now we're starting to see a reversal back down. So if you guys hadn't actually taken profits, hold on just yet. There might be an even bigger run coming for Bitcoin's trade, as this could be leading towards an even bigger break, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Not only that, we're also seeing the same movement forming on some of the other cryptocurrencies such as Cardano, Ethereum, as well as XRP, which we have to explain. Otherwise, guys, if you haven't already, definitely make sure to enter the giveaway by commenting your favorite cryptocurrency down below, as well as commenting subscribe to enter the free giveaway to win one of these XRP crypto coin displays. I will be checking, and if you're not subscribed, you will not win. Also, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to OutToken for sponsoring today's episode. For more information about this eco-friendly green cryptocurrency, which might be the new wave to the future, definitely stick around to the end of today's episode where we'll talk more about their project. Otherwise, if you guys want to learn a little bit more information about what exactly is coming on and why this might be an even bigger break within the crypto market, definitely stick around to the end of today's episode. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button, and let's get on with the video. All right, guys, first and foremost, looking at the overall coin market cap, you can see overall today is starting to reverse and correct a little bit lower. We're only down about 1% overall, but that's definitely not why you're here. You're mainly here to kind of check out this 4-hour movement here. So I wanted to show you guys what exactly we said yesterday. Yesterday, we put out a video basically saying there was 8 hours left before we saw a break in the 4-hour candle within Bitcoin, and that is pretty much exactly what happened. We actually saw the candle break out the same size of which was actually the opening, the mouth of the Bitcoin chart. And you can see here on the 4-hour, when we extend this up, you can see it gives us about a 2.51% jump. You can see it right here. Let me just extend that up, or 2.52. You can see it clear as day right here. This was the opening of the mouth. And you can see if we then move this over to what we actually broke out from, it's also about 2.52, which is exactly the target analysis, which we had anticipated from the original break. So we did actually manage to break out the same percentage gain as we had originally stated from the 4-hour break in price here, but now we're not getting enough clarity as to why we corrected back down. Some people might consider this a pump fake, but I don't believe it is on the 4-hour charts. This is exactly where we scaled to, but now we have to take a closer look. Since we're not getting any sort of information on this right here, we have to, extend our reach out. We can look at the daily, we can see what exactly we're getting on here, which really isn't much besides just consolidation. So we zoom in a step further. Let's jump to the 1-hour here. This actually reveals an interesting pattern, even bigger than what we had originally seen on the 4-hour. Now, although this isn't in line with the 1-hour charts, it was in line with the breakout on the 4-hour. But if we extend these charts out just a little bit more, you can actually see something bigger developing. Let's extend this out right here, and then let's extend this support level, this uptrend right here. Notice what's actually forming on the hourly. We're actually seeing an even bigger symmetrical triangle pennant flag forming, which will break out very soon, probably by the end of, what is today's date? Today's the 4th, probably by tomorrow. We have about a day left of consolidation before we see which direction the hourly chart wants to break to. So although on the 1-hour this was a bear trap and we did reverse immediately back down into here, the 4-hour charts was actually exactly what we predicted, which was a breakout of about the percentage of the mouth of the opening. So if we now look in the hourly here, you guys can see we're in a little bit more consolidation that we have. And since we did decide to see the small pump fake, we can play it in different ways. We take the percentage of the mouth of the opening once again, which is now a little bit bigger, about 3.11, and we can then pull this over to what could happen if we corrected lower, which is about bringing us down to 46,000, or we can pull it a little lower to the bottom of the opening, which is closer to about 46K. Some people say it's closer to 45K, but this openly is about $46,000, which could pull us back down to pretty much the moving averages on the 1-hour chart. And you can see extending this back to the top here. If we did decide to break bullish above this downtrend, you can see that it would shoot us back up to about $49,300. So we do have two potential obstacles that we could be breaking to, obviously bullish or bearish. So what do? We obviously have to wait for the hourly charts to close now, not necessarily necessarily the 4-hour, but the hourly. So what we're looking for in the short term here is consolidation to complete this, as we have been originally. We were trading inside of here, which opened us up to an even bigger 1-hour trade, which you can see is now in here, and we're now waiting for it to complete this. If we see the hourly close us above this downtrend right here, and we close an hourly here, we can anticipate about a 3.1% jump, which could shoot us up to $49,000, which would be ideal, as most symmetrical triangles do tend to break bullish. But vice versa, play the devil's advocate, if we close below this bottom uptrend and this bottom support level, we close closer to 47.5, we know we're probably going to be breaking bearish and shorting this back down to our moving averages right here, if not the top of the support level, which is about 46.6. You can see where that support level is actually the top of the downtrend, the overall big Elliott wave pattern we've been talking about on the daily. So you can see where this would ultimately reverse back down to, and that's where we would obviously stop our position and sell off and take profits and go on from there. So you can see, even though we did see that big run, we're still looking now for consolidation and completion of the 1-hourly charts below here. You can see numerous times we have wicked here, which is why we have to be confident and wait, and we actually have to wait for the candle to close below here before we buy in and short. Now this carries on to some other cryptocurrencies that I do want to talk about. Notice Cardano here, which actually didn't break bullish outside its ascending triangle. I did say yesterday that ascending triangles tend to break bearish. We knew in confidence that we needed Cardano to close a 4-hour chart either above our top resistance here, clearly capped at $2.30, or close below our uptrend here for us to buy in and either leverage it to the upside or short to the downside. So even though I did make profit on Bitcoin, I also made profit on Cardano as well as Ethereum. I do want to show you how XRP was the only trade that I lost, but because of the other three, I was actually able to make profit. So you can see here on Cardano, because we corrected and we waited for the candle to actually close below our uptrend here, we bought in right here, right at the moving average, and since then it was shorted all the way back down to bottom support, which was about the mouth of its opening, which you can see is right here. I'll just draw it on for you guys. Price range was about this, about 5.7%, and you can see the drop from here, 5.7%, is right about where the price actually fell to, so it's about the mouth of the opening. So this was a big profit. Now we've taken our profit and we're waiting for another completion and another trade. So Bitcoin, we're now waiting for an even bigger symmetrical triangle that's forming on its 1-hour chart. And now let's take a look at XRP and these other cryptocurrencies. You can see Ethereum did the same thing, very similar to Cardano did. Waiting on the 4-hour charts, what were we looking for? We either needed the price on the 4-hour to close us above our top resistance, or if it closes below our bottom support here. So you can see price actually retested resistance level, did not close above our resistance, and it broke below here. We closed below it, and then we shorted it back down, and it fell to not necessarily the mouth of its opening, which you can see is much bigger than its bottom support, but it did actually fall and corrected lower. Now let's take a look at XRP here, the last cryptocurrency that I do want to review. Well, you can see on the daily here, we don't actually look too good. Long term, we don't look that bullish. I did say this when we had our original little flare to the upside here. You can see this big run to the upside here back a couple of days ago, where I've been saying we've been long-term bearish for the most part on XRP. We've been saying that for the most part within XRP, we're probably going to continue the lower high formation here. The only confirmation we would have within XRP is if the daily actually closed us above this resistance right here. We could then leverage it to the upside and leverage long, which didn't happen. Although I do remember saying that the 4-hour, and this is why I got stopped out, I did put in a trade here. So I did say that if we close the daily, or sorry, the 4-hour charts above this ascending triangle, which usually tend to break bearish, which is ideally what it did, if it did close above the 4-hour right here, we would enter a trade and long it to the upside here and carry a stop loss at obviously the point of breakout. And you can see that's exactly what happened. We did it. We didn't anticipate it to reverse downwards, but it stopped us out right here, liquidated our position, covered ourselves, and we really didn't take that much of a hit. When you do add our Bitcoin profits and our Cardano profits and even some Ethereum, we really didn't do that bad overall. But now you can see that we did get rejected off of here and are correcting lower on XRP. We now have a new target. So obviously within Bitcoin, we are anticipating a breakout to come within the next day. You can see how we are still consolidating on here. Obviously, we don't know at this point if we're going to be breaking bullish. Usually it tends to break bullish. It's usually a continuation pattern. pattern where we have these symmetrical triangles. They break us up, we consolidate again, and then we break up again, continuing the pattern here. But obviously with the small pump fake that we had on the hourly, not necessarily the 4-hour, we have to see how this continues. So really what we're doing, playing it conservative, is waiting for this consolidation to complete itself, waiting to either close the hourly above or below our much bigger symmetrical triangle that's forming. As for XRP, it got rejected on its daily. So honestly, when you look at this now, we are still creating lower highs. We haven't actually broken through our top resistance, which we have been waiting for patiently, which I did say numerous times that on the daily, we probably weren't going to be breaking through. And we're still on this lower high pattern. So until we break through our top resistance, which is at $1.05, we're still bearish on this coin long-term until point C, which is about mid-October. That's pretty much where I'm guessing it's going to close. Mid to end October would be the end here, and then we can probably see more daily movements back from point C to point D, which should be completing its bigger Elliott wave. But we haven't been broken out of it just yet. We're still creating these lower highs. We still got rejected off resistance here. We just had our bearish cross on the moving averages here. So a lot of signals are pointing towards a bigger drop coming. So I don't want to scare anyone or alarm anyone, but anticipate Bitcoin to potentially break bearish if we close the hourly below here. We'll see, and we'll wait for what exactly happens here because we're playing this really close on the hourly. I don't like to play it on the hourly, but I wanted to give you guys another potential view of how exactly we can trade these. These are definitely more aggressive trades. They're not the most conservative trades as I have made in the past, since we're looking at hourly charts, not necessarily daily charts or weekly charts. When you look at XRP on its daily, you can pretty much assume we are probably going to continue to correct lower as we are getting rejected on here. The only way I would switch bullish is if we see the price break us above resistance and we close a daily above $1.05 or $1.06. But it hasn't done that, so the continuation is probably going to happen here.
I want to give a huge shout out to Aud Token for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, Aud Token is designed to be the world's first green cryptocurrency with their goal of bringing more green life to the world, a living emblem dedicated to making the world a greener place and maintaining the beauty of our natural forests. So really, they're trying to create a balance between social, environmental, and economic issues. As you guys know, the world is on the verge of irreversible changes, but it is not yet too late to take action. A game changer in the green cryptocurrency environment, they are an ecological company at the core, combining blockchain technology with a multi-billion-dollar aqualaria industry to join and save the Earth's initiatives, bringing more informed decision-making and even decentralized decision-making about the management of the bioassets or the broader system, driving a widespread behavior change and to help realize a truly circular economy. By incentivizing individuals and organizations to realize financial value from things that are currently wasted, discarded, or treated as economically invaluable. So guys, Aqualaria is a highly endangered species of trees marked in the red list of the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or the IUCN. The team behind the Aud Token aims to make efforts to preserve these trees with help from the larger community. Their main focus is the expansion of this industry into the Southeast Asian market. So guys, there is a lack of balance in the modern world between conserving and cultivating the trees and supporting local communities whose livelihoods depend on them. And to be able to achieve a healthy ecosystem productivity rate, the demand of these trees has to be balanced against biodiversity loss. So guys, Aud plans to integrate a robust blockchain infrastructure to provide unique identities to each tree, which is basically making the identification easier. It will also use RFID technology to track each tree and use smart contracts to connect to the blockchain to ensure maximum security, traceability, as well as transparency. And on that note of security, they also have been audited by CertiK. So unlike many ecological projects that work based on donation, Aud is one of the world's largest carbon asset cryptocurrency that provides a balance between financial and environmental protection. With this balance, they will enable the project to be sustainable with consistent growth. Now, each Aud token could serve as a proof of origin and would trace the steps of the tree's lifespan, from the moment it's planted to the time its Aud is processed. Now, through the use of blockchain technology, Aud token will provide unique identities for Aqualaria trees throughout the world, which are trackable via RFID tech back-end smart contracts on both the Binance Smart Chain as well as Ethereum blockchain. So guys, currently there's 7 billion AUD tokens available with 2 billion in current circulation. Now the AUD token is an ERC20 and BEP20 utility token and has been listed on the Bitmark exchange. Now guys, if green projects are the future, green token would definitely be the front runner. Now with that being said, you can get more information about this project, which I've linked down in the description below. Otherwise, huge shout out to AUD Token for sponsoring today's episode. Definitely make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.